Hi everyone, this is A from doc.online.progress, and today we're checking out something very different from a normal smartphone, the Bigme HiBreak Pro Black and White, an Android e-ink phone that blends phone functionality with the comfort of an e-reader. On paper, it looks seriously interesting. A 6.13-inch e-paper display, Android 14, and Dimensity 1080 processor inside. If you're a student, a reader, or just somebody tired of staring at a bright, conventional screen all day, this phone might be one of the most interesting devices you can buy right now. Let's start with the unboxing. Right away, the HiBreak Pro looks clean and minimal, and it already gives that focused device vibe instead of typically flashy smartphone energy. On the side, you've got the fingerprint button, the volume controls, and a dedicated refresh button, which is actually very useful on e-ink phone. At the bottom, there's a USB-C for charging, and inside the box, Bigme keeps things simple with the paperwork, the SIM tool, and the cable. Nothing crazy in the presentation, but the product itself is definitely the star here. Bigme lists the hardware buttons as fingerprint, volume, and refresh, with USB-C charging up to 18 watt. Here I'm opening the dual SIM tray, and that's a nice detail because this is not just an e-reader pretending to be a phone. It's meant to function as a real smartphone with dual SIM, dual standby support. Bigme officially markets it with 5G dual SIM, dual standby connectivity. Now on to the first boot. The setup process is pretty straightforward. Language selection, gesture settings, Bigme account login, all the usual first steps. And honestly, with a product like this, first impressions matter a lot, because if the software feels clunky, the whole concept falls apart. The first thing that happened here was an update notification, and in a weird way, that's actually a good sign. With devices like this, software matters almost as much as the hardware, so seeing active updates gives me more confidence that Bigme is still referring the experience. After the update and reboot, the phone already feels like it's moving in the right direction. Now I'm navigating through the interface, checking the settings. And you can already tell this is not trying to be a normal glossy smartphone. It's built around readability, efficiency, and low distraction use. Then again, another update appears, which tells you this device is still evolving quite fast. After another reboot and more fixes, the phone starts feeling more polished. This is actually something I like to show in reviews, because it gives a more honest picture, not just what the device is on day one, but how it improves with updates. And now that the software is cleaner, we can focus more on what makes this phone special. One of the most useful features here is the built-in scan and OCR functionality. This is where I think the HiBreak Pro becomes especially interesting for students. You can scan notes, printed pages, handouts or documents and turn them into editable text right on the device. For medical students, that can actually be useful for quickly digitizing lecture handouts, anatomy notes, clinical checklists, drug tables, or printed summaries without needing a second device. Bigme specifically promotes document scanning with OCR on the HiBreak Pro. And here you can see the output format. It's not just like a gimmick feature. This is the kind of tool that can save time if you're constantly moving between paper material and digital study. Now let's test the camera. I wouldn't buy this device mainly for photography, but for document capture, quick references shots, and OCR, the camera makes a lot more sense. Bigme lists a 20 megapixel rear camera and 5 megapixel front camera, and the rear camera is clearly tied into the scanning OCR workflow. Quick settings are also important on a device like this, because you want fast access to the stuff that actually affects usability day to day, especially refresh behavior and display related controls. The reading experience is one of the biggest reasons to even consider this phone. If your daily life includes articles, PDFs, long notes, ebooks, or study material, this kind of screen is more intentional than a regular phone display. You also get different screen lock options, and the fingerprint unlock is impressively quick. That's important because if a device like this is going to be practical, it can feel slow every time you pick it up. And this part is actually pretty surprising. Gaming. Here I'm testing Need for Speed, and the response is way better than a lot of people will probably expect from an e-ink phone. No, this is not a gaming phone, but the fact that it handles this so smoothly says a lot. Here I'm showing the side buttons in action, and that dedicated hardware approach really fits this device. Physical controls just make more sense on e-ink phones because they give you faster interaction with less friction. You can also customize gestures and button behavior, which is great because it lets you shape the experience around what you actually do most: reading, scanning, navigating, refreshing, or general daily use. Now for a quick comparison with the HiBreak Color. And honestly, the Pro black and white version looks like the more serious productivity device. It feels faster, cleaner, and more focused. If your priority is speed, sharper black and white readability, and more efficient experience, the Pro gives you the stronger impression. At this point, I'm showing version 296, and then we transition to version 316, and this is where the phone starts looking much better to me. The newer software feels cleaner, more mature, and more consistent. With version 316, the interface looks more refined, the settings panel feels more accurate and organized, and overall responsiveness seems improved. One change I especially like is that they remove the button for switching from version 5 to 4. To me, that actually makes the experience cleaner and less confusing. So this is one of those cases where the software progression improves the device. So overall, the Bigme HiBreak Pro Black and White is a specialized device, but for students, readers, and productivity users, it's a very interesting one. For medical students especially, I think it's great for notes, PDFs, OCR scanning, and a more comfortable study experience. Big thanks to Bigme for the opportunity to check it out, and let me know in the comments if you used an e-ink phone every day. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!